Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd. Let's start right now with some photos from Pinnacle Prairie. Pinnacle Foods Prairie is immediately adjacent to the World Peace Wetland Prairie. And there's some beautiful wildflowers out there and lots of pollinators working on them. And here we go with a shot that I didn't mean to have in here, and it's not from the place. I hope that's the only, well, actually that shows the top of the hillside there that's been denuded. Here's a truck rolling in early this morning on South Duncan Avenue, headed toward the Hill Place thing, coming off 5th Street up past my driveway there where I am. Okay, now we're at Pinnacle Foods Prairie. Beautiful land. It's wetland with a sort of sloping prairie from the railroad back over to World Peace Wetland Prairie, but these are some of the flowers. And this is shot in close-up mode with my little Nikon, so I think they're pretty decent pictures. I wish I were capable of making even better ones. And those are, the first one that was up there was the Illinois bundlegrass. Now this is a passion flower. And the passion flowers, yesterday I was out there in the morning and very few were in bloom, and the ones that had bloomed were just about chewed up and mashed up. But today they look a lot better. There's a big old bumblebee on one. And passion flowers grow on a vine. The vine will grow along the ground. And look at that one. You can see pretty good detail there. But they also get up and climb on trees and such when they're in the wooded area or in the edge of the prairie in a thicket. So you can find them in all sorts of places along old railroads and stuff. But they're a native plant. Some people might have them in their yard and have to cut them back because they are very prolific. They also are known as maypops, and that's because of the fruit they produce. It's a ball that starts out as like a small grape or something and grows on up to be baseball size sometimes. That, I can't name that wildflower, but it's another little beauty out there, and there are quite a few of those. Here's another one, and again, I can't remember the name at the moment. Every year I have to relearn the names of some of these wildflowers when I take the picture. And today I didn't have time to get the names straight and make myself a list. There's the same one, but it's not the same exact one. It's the same species, a little different stage of bloom. Very colorful. That is the sensitive briar, which I've shown before on here, and it's just a different shot. And those, some of them have been blooming for 2 or 3 months. That's the sensitive briar. You can see briars on the stem. You can see the little leaves that are sort of fern-like, and they're the ones that kind of close up when you touch them. They'll lie flat. I think we've seen one of those before. It's one whose name I can't recall at the moment and give you an accurate name, but it's a beautiful thing, small, up close. That's very similar. It's a pink version, but the structure's very similar. It's rose-like, but I'm not sure exactly. That's one that grows pretty low to the ground. That's the, let's see, fuzzy, let's see, well, anyway, it's a common, any wildflower book will have this in it, but I can't call it. There's the trail cut out. And you see somebody's driven a pickup through there over the flow area of the Soup Branch, which flows from the left over on the Pinnacle Foods property through some more Pinnacle Foods property. That's looking west to the railroad. And that's out there's, you know, just a ton of wildflowers. It was mowed a month ago or something, but they're coming back fast. Now that is a rattlesnake master, and that's a pair of beetles. Those aren't the Japanese beetles, they're some kind of beetles, but as often you see insects and bugs, they'll be, one of them will be nectaring from a flower and the other one's trying to make love to it. And that's a typical thing. They get together on the flowers. And well, you know, guys are often buy flowers for ladies to sort of get them ready to become engaged and marry. So maybe those insects have to find those very precious flowers to be in the mood to reproduce. And so I love that plant. And this is another one. This is the button bush, and it's a sure marker of wetland. And there's so many of them on the Pinnacle Prairie and World Peace Wetland Prairie. And they grow in wet soil where there's subsurface water, but they also grow in standing water, such as I've mentioned before in Lake Conway. So that's one of the tall grass species, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but all the grass knowledgeable people will automatically know what it is. It's beautiful. Another button bush with a bumblebee, and you'll notice when I show these buttons on the button bushes, that's an inflorescence, a bunch of tiny flowers. Now that is the seed pod of Asclepias viridis, a green milkweed, and it's the one a lot of people here call the spider milkweed. There's another seed pod, and you see how the seeds have blown out of the thing, and they blow away in the wind and can spread that way. There's the same kind of plant, Asclepias viridis, but that one is just now blooming. So that's one of them in its peak bloom. After that, you will have the pod come on there, and you will then have the seeds break out as you saw, and they will drift around. Primarily, the milkweed plants grow from their roots. Sunflowers, these are wild native sunflowers on Pinnacle Foods Incorporation prairie land, Wet Prairie in South Fayetteville, just across a fence from World Peace Wetland Prairie, an existing city nature park. And how bright can they be? Isn't that beautiful? They're not the giant sunflowers. These are close-up pictures, so they're not nearly as big as some of them you see in cultivated gardens. Well, let's remember next Tuesday night, we're recording this on the 13th. On the 21st, I hope you'll go down to the City Council meeting on Tuesday night, the 21st, and offer your opinion on the potential student apartment building slated to go next, or at least proposed to go next to the Fayetteville Natural Cemetery. Just doesn't seem right to most people I talk to. Until next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green, and protect your native plants. Thank you.